Kyle, I'd like a word with you. Are you still taking time off work? It's been over 2 months now. Are you trying to get fired?
What are you talking about? I'm literally right about to clock out for the day.
Clock on? What are you talking about? You sat in your bedroom for heaven's sake. All you do is laze around in that pit of yours. I hear movement around the time you should be going out to work, and I get my hopes up thinking you're about to leave, but no. You do nothing but waste time on that computer. You're not the only one either. Even Ria's doing it. What's your endgame? Are you competing as a couple to see who can become the biggest disgrace of a human being the fastest? You're the shame of our family. Reevaluate your life.
I lost count of how many times I told you now, Mom. But the company Ria and I work for introduced a remote work system. It's so much better this way. We only have to go into the office a few times each month, and it's not like it has any impact on the quality of work we produce. This is just how people are working these days. Things have changed since you were young.
Remote work? What does that even mean? Gosh, you do come out with some ridiculous things. If you ask me, this is the company's strategy for getting the dead weight out of the way where they can't cause a nuisance to anyone.
What?
It means they're building up to fire you. You do understand that, right? Besides, how on earth could you be doing anything worthwhile for the company while sat in your pit eating potato chips? You're basically a NEET. It's pathetic.
I'd love to know where you're getting that information from.
Elsa told me.
My sister?
She said she saw it written on an image board online.
Listen, Mom, here's the thing. While there may be lots of legitimate, accurate, trustworthy information on the internet, there are also infinite numbers of people spreading their biased opinions, mistaken knowledge, and fake news. You can't just go blindly accepting everything you find on there.
How disappointing! Are you accusing your sister Elsa of lying?
I'm just saying she isn't the ultimate arbiter of all truth. And it's possible for her to fall for false information, just like anyone else.
How dare you insult and look down on your sister! Stop speaking like that at once!
That's really not what I was doing.
Elsa isn't wrong about anything.
Wow, Mom. What am I even supposed to say to that? I'm fully aware she's your favorite. Nothing Ria or I could say will change that, so I don't know why we even bother trying. So can we just leave it there? And can I please ask you not to interrupt me while I'm working?
Don't pretend either of you are actually working up there.
Surely my sister's the NEET who doesn't do any work.
Elsa's done nothing wrong. She's working on improving herself so that one day she can marry into wealth and provide for me with the lifestyle I deserve. Which is why she doesn't qualify as a NEET at all. When will you stop being so hateful?
Oh, I see. That's what she's doing. Anyway, I'm starting work soon, so I won't be replying anymore. I'm locking my door until I clock off, so please, don't interrupt me.
Hold your horses, Kyle! We're not done here!
Mom? This is bad!
What is?
When we just got back from our trip, Ria's and my computers have been smashed up! They're completely wrecked! We can't even salvage any parts! It seems like someone bashed in the lock and broke in! You and Elsa are at home right now, right? Do you know anything about this?
Yes, your computers. I did you both a favor and destroyed them because they'd become nothing but playthings, enabling you to waste away your days.
What? What the hell have you done? Both of those computers were state-of-the-art models that only just got sent out last week! They were brand new!
Yes, and it's precisely because they were state-of-the-art models that I had to do it.
What?
You see, your sister Elsa thought it would be best to teach you both a lesson before you hit rock bottom in your descent into the depths of NEET oblivion. I couldn't bear to see my son in such a sorry state.
That's why you broke them?!
If you've got the money to throw away on expensive toys like that, the very least you could do is send some of it Elsa's way to help her pay for the house.
Help Elsa pay for a house? I have no words! Those were company computers, especially chosen for their ease of use and suitability for the jobs we do. They were infinitely more valuable than anything you or my sister could waste your money on!
You've got some nerve to accuse us of being wasteful. You and that wife of yours are the king and queen of waste. Isn't it a little rich to use fancy words like ease of use and suitability when all you do is play video games on them? Have you no shame?
Where did you hear we use them for gaming?
Elsa told me. She told me NEETs love spending money on expensive computers so they can play the best games.
Lord, give me strength. Mom, listen. I need you to stop treating everything that comes out of my sister's mouth like it's the damn gospel! Everything you're saying is wrong! Do you understand the gravity of what you've done?
If you refuse to stop bad-mouthing your sister, I want you out of your house.
What?
We don't have the money to be supporting a pair of lazy NEET parasites.
I see. I'm actually pleased you said that. We'll be gone tomorrow.
Oh? Well, that's great then. I'm pleased you accepted it quickly.
You should know that you, my sister, or this house will no longer be my problem when I'm gone. I'm washing my hands of you.
Actually, I think that's my line. You could crawl up to me on the street holding out a little tin can, and I wouldn't feel bad for 1 millisecond. We are done. Kyle, pick up! What's going on?
I take it you got the letter?
$7,000 in compensation? What is this?
It's the money you owe us for the computers.
What?
That's the sum of what you owe me and Ria for smashing up our computers.
$7,000? You've got to be joking me! Are you trying to defraud me? There's no way they're worth that much. I can't afford that! This is all a dirty NEET plot to get your hands on some money using underhand tricks, isn't it?
Did you check who the letter's from? The company address and logo are clearly printed on it.
What? Your company?
Those computers were provided to us on the company's dime.
Provided to you?
Yes. They paid for them and had them sent out to us so we could do our jobs on them.
What?
The company computers we'd been using until now were all old models, and they were so inefficient it was affecting our work output. That's why they decided to use us switching over to remote work as an opportunity to phase out the older models, replacing them with brand new state-of-the-art rigs. Ria and I, requiring the highest specs of computer possible due to the nature of our work, were two of the beneficiaries of that initiative.
Even so, there's no way they could be that expensive! They're just computers for crying out loud!
You might not understand the meaning of what I'm about to say because you're a tad tech illiterate. But our work mainly consists of video and image processing. It takes a lot of money to create the smoothest, most optimal computer environment for the kind of work we do.
I don't know what that means. You may as well be speaking a different language.
You don't have to understand. All you have to do is pay us back the money you owe.
I have no reason to believe the word of a NEET.
You don't have to believe me either. You're still not getting out of this.
I told you I'm not paying.
Cut the crap, Mom! Do you and Elsa still not understand the situation you've put yourselves in?
Kyle!
While we're on the subject, let me tell you something else as well. You and my sister have been spending money on frivolous junk like it grows on trees ever since Dad died 5 years back, haven't you? Which is why every single cent of the money Dad left behind in his will completely dried up 2 years ago. Did you even know? I'm guessing you didn't based on the fact your moronic spending habits haven't changed a bit.
What? Your father's money's gone?
Ever since then, Ria and I have been covering not only all of the costs on the house, including the rent, but also making sure you and Elsa always had enough to get by.
You have? Seriously?
But now you're giving us our marching orders, which means you'll be all on your own from here on out.
No way! Just wait a second!
Oh, and let me give you one final reminder, and I'll make it crystal clear so it actually goes in this time. You will absolutely, 100%, beyond any shadow of a doubt, be paying the compensation for smashing up our computers.
Oh my god! But me and your sister don't even have jobs! How do you suggest we get by without income?
You work. Bye. My mom and sister lived their lives on easy mode until now, being shameless enough to look down on me and my wife while having the supreme luxury of spending our money. But their failure to understand the meaning of remote work, due to their astounding ignorance of the world, led to them owing us a substantial sum of money. Thankfully, they did make the repayment of the $7,500 they owed their top priority, and we received our money surprisingly quickly. I heard from a friend they were actually smug about the fact they paid it all straight away in a single lump sum after taking out a loan, as if to say, "Ha ha, no problem, that was easy." However, once again, as a result of their astounding ignorance of the world, they continued to go into debt to cover their day-to-day living costs, and even fund things like holidays and alcohol. But unbeknownst to them, the loan shark they were borrowing from was a notoriously shady lender. And on top of gangs of scary-looking bald guys in leather jackets showing up at the house, they received a mandatory eviction notice from the landlord because they'd been failing to pay their rent on time. I have no idea where they went after that. Rumor has it that someone strongly resembling my sister was spotted working at a strip club in a rundown neighborhood on the outskirts of town. But since I completely cut them both out of my life...
Hello, Clara. I have to talk to you.
Hello, Mom. Can I help you with something?
I heard from my son that Alyssa wants to go to a private high school. Is this true?
Yes, that's right. The high schools around here don't teach the subject that Alyssa is interested in, so...
A private high school, huh? You do realize that it costs a fortune.
Oh, no need to worry about that. I talked to your son about it, and we came to the conclusion that the overall cost wouldn't be that great.
It's not about that.
Huh?
If you had the money to send Alyssa to an expensive private school, it would be more logical to have Kevin go to that private junior high school.
Excuse me? We've already decided that Kevin will be attending the local public school.
You must not do that. As the male in the family, he should be getting the best education you can provide him.
Well, actually, Kevin wanted it this way. He made the final decision.
No. Kevin is just being nice. He's just letting his big sister have her way.
Kevin is a confident kid. He is honest about his feelings.
No, you got it all wrong. I'm sure Kevin wants to go to a good private school. I can't believe you. You're his mother, for God's sake. It's a mother's job to understand and consider a child's future. Don't even know that? Besides, when Kevin was in elementary school, I urged you to let Kevin take the exam for entering that private school. But you simply ignored my advice and had him attend the local public school. But this time, I'm not going to back down. You must let him go to the private junior high school. I will not take no for an answer.
He said he doesn't want to part with his best friends he's had since elementary school and wants to continue with them to junior high.
Best friends? He doesn't need that. This is a time to study, not play.
He doesn't need friends?
Oh, that reminds me. I have a close relative whose son would be perfect for Kevin. He's getting ready to take the exam to get into the school so he could be Kevin's new best friend.
Say again?
Okay, so now we have a reason for Kevin to take the exam and get into the same private school.
Are you off your rocker? You can't just make best friends like that. It takes time and effort. You can't just come in and introduce yourself and then the next minute you're best buddies. It's more complicated than that.
I will not tolerate any more of your stubbornness. I want you to select a public school for Alyssa that's close by, so she can go there by bicycle. That's all I have to say. Alyssa, I need to talk to you.
Grandma?
I really don't want to waste my time on such trivial affairs, but you don't seem to understand your standing in the family, so I took the liberty of contacting you and telling you myself.
What's this about?
I talked to your mother earlier, and we decided that you'll be going to a public school nearby, a school you can commute to by bicycle. It's all set.
Huh? Hold on a second. The whole family sat down and we talked this over. It was decided that I would be going to that private school. I thought it was all worked out.
A woman does not need education, but of course you should at least finish high school. Public school is more than enough for you. If your parents are going to spend that money, they should at least have Kevin go to a private school. That's the proper use of money. Besides, don't you think you should be the one who should have said something? You should have just declined.
How could you say that? There are things I want to do in life too.
Talking back to your elder? I wonder where you got that stubbornness. At any rate, I talked to your mother about it, and it's all been worked out. I will not allow any more of your obstinance. Do you hear me?
Hey, Mom, you got a minute?
Hey, Alyssa. You're over at your friend's place, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going over the exam questions for school. I was going to wait until I got home, but I just couldn't get it out of my mind.
Something wrong?
I just got a line message from Grandma.
Huh? Grandma?
I never hear from her, so I was a bit shocked when I saw her name. She said you and her talked it over and decided that I would not be going to that private school. She said you guys worked everything out.
What?
And that the money would be better spent on Kevin's education. Told me not to be stubborn about it. Is this for real?
No way. We never decided on that. As a matter of fact, I just had an argument with her earlier. I can't believe she contacted you directly and said that.
So that means I can go on studying for the exam, right?
Of course. As a matter of fact, Kevin is sitting right next to me. He said you don't have to listen to what Grandma says. He made the choice to go to public school.
Oh boy, what a relief.
I can't believe that woman. She's always just concerned about Kevin. This is the first time she even acknowledged you, Alyssa.
Yeah, Grandma's always been like that.
I know. What are we going to do with her? Your father keeps cautioning her about her antics, but I guess it's complicated.
Grandma does seem to get a bit excessive sometimes.
But don't forget, Kevin, me, and your dad, we're all rooting for you. We've got your back, so don't worry.
Thanks so much, Mom. I know I could count on you. Don't you worry about the exam. I'll ace it.
That's what I want to hear. Clara, are you there? This time, I want you to send Kevin to a private high school. Can I help you? Kevin is all set on going to a public high school. What? You didn't even consult me! Honestly, wouldn't make any difference if we consulted with you. There you go again. Listen carefully, Clara. I've been telling you for years that you should give Kevin the best possible education, but you simply ignore me. You have no consideration for Kevin's feelings or his dreams, making him go to public school all these years. Don't you feel sorry for your only son? It's what Kevin wants. I can't say anything. That's not true. I think I mentioned this before, but it's wrong to put all your effort into educating Alyssa and ignoring your son. I have never pitted my kids against each other. They are equal in my eyes. Kevin went to public school because he had his reasons. Alyssa chose to go to private school because we thought it best for her future. It means nothing if a woman flaunts her educational background. But it seems Alyssa ended up going to a nearby public school, commuting by bicycle, just as I said. I hope you're not thinking of sending Alyssa to college, are you? Oh, she's definitely going to college. What? She's moving out next year and will be living in the dorm of the state college. That means you're going to have to send her money every month. There's no way I'll permit that. No way. I don't care if it's private or public. If you're going to spend money, spend it on Kevin, why don't you? This time I insist. He must attend a well-known private school.
I already told you. Kevin is going to a nearby public high school.
Again, you're being stubborn as ever.
That's what the kids want. They can do as they please.
As I've always said, education is best for men, not for women. A mother's duty is to look after her son, Kevin, not Alyssa. As a mother, you should know that. And I urge you to educate your kids about that too. It's important to know that men have priority over women. Boys must be raised with care. Girls must learn to be patient.
I despise self-righteous old women.
Huh? What did you say, Clara?
It's me, Kevin.
Kevin?
Sorry to butt in.
No, this is not Kevin. He would never say such a thing to me. Oh, I see what's going on. It's you, isn't it, Alyssa? You're pretending to be Kevin.
You can be absolutely sure it's Kevin. You should be grateful I didn't call you a wrinkled old witch or a bad-tempered old hag.
You're calling me that right now! Alyssa, I will never forgive you for this. That's why I dislike female grandchildren. But what's more, your mother's upbringing methods are despicable. I have always thought this, but I should be the one to bring up poor Kevin. Let's have a meeting tonight regarding what we should do for Kevin's future.
All right then. I'll contact you on my line.
Huh?
I really don't want to see you face to face.
Alyssa! As I said, stop pretending to be Kevin.
Where were we?
Kevin, I feel so sorry for you, to have such an unreasonable mother and sister. If you come over and live with me, you'll be able to go to a prestigious private high school. What do you say?
I never said I wanted to go to a private school.
Now, Kevin, you can be completely honest with me. No need to be concerned about your mom or your sister. Tell me how you really feel.
Even if I tell you, you probably won't listen as usual, but I'll try. Did you know that Alyssa has been going to that private school by bicycle? You thought she was going to public school. Well, she's going to Middleton Academy. That private school is only a few blocks away. Bet you didn't know she's at the top of her class. On the honors list, as a matter of fact.
Does that mean I've been hoodwinked all these years?
Hoodwinked? No way. You were never interested in what Alyssa did anyways. Don't blame your twisted imagination on others. And the reason I stayed in public school is that I not only wanted to go to school with all my close buddies, but I wanted to join the baseball team with my best friend.
Baseball team?
Yeah, and it's a pretty good team too. Oh my god, don't tell me you didn't even know I played baseball!
I had no idea.
I'm the captain of the team, and we even made it to the state finals last year. The high school I want to go to is well known for its outstanding baseball team. They made it to the state finals several times, even been on national TV. What's more, a couple of pro MLB players went there. That's why I want to go there. Private or public, it makes no difference to me.
I really didn't realize how wonderful you were. But you do realize that baseball is not going to be of much use to you in the future. So I insist that you go to a prestigious private school.
Huh? Not much use?
That's right. Baseball is just an extension of a hobby. You really should think seriously about sprucing up your academic achievements.
I see. So that's what you think about all this.
Of course, you're my precious grandson. I'll do anything for you.
I wanted to be a pro ball player. I want to get into the major leagues.
Huh?
I'm going to be straight with you. I was never fond of you. But after you called my love of baseball just a hobby, I despise you even more! I can't stand this. Block time!
Please, Kevin!
Well, my grandmother learned the hard way that her grandson hated her, but she did not give up there. She burst into her home trying to make amends. Luckily, we weren't there. We had moved into a temporary apartment that we had leased several months prior. My husband had foreseen what her mother would do once she learned that Kevin had been accepted to that high school. And there was that issue with Alyssa too, so we figured we would clear everything up once and for all. He put in for a transfer some time back and scheduled it so that we could move about the time Kevin started at the school. In addition, my grandfather, who's on the verge of retirement, had been preparing to get a divorce. Not even knowing she'll be single soon, my grandmother is still wondering what went wrong and why all this is happening to her.